Forces of Canada. This is their memorial. Continuing behind that, looking on your left, we have the large mast. It's known as the This is the mast of the USS Maine. Now, Maine, ladies and gentlemen, was a battleship that sailed into Havana Harbor in 1898. Unfortunately, Maine exploded in Havana Harbor, killing more than 260 individuals. The result of that precipitated the United States' involvement in the Spanish-American War. This is the actual mast of the actual battleship. It's presently undergoing renovations at this present time. Originally, ladies and gentlemen, Arlington National Cemetery was not a cemetery at all. It actually started out as a plantation. It was owned by a gentleman by the name of George Washington Parke Custis, who, ladies and gentlemen, was the grandson of Martha Washington, and he was the adopted grandson of President George Washington. Parke Custis created Arlington House to be a living memorial to that of the President of the United States, whom he greatly admired. In that particular memorial house, there were many documents and uniforms. It's even said that there was an actual tent from Valley Forge in the Revolutionary War as well. Now, Parke Custis lived here with his wife named Mary, and he also had a daughter, also by the name of Mary. And when Mary became of age, she married a young man by the name of Robert E. Lee, who was a distant cousin and close family friend. And after they got married, they lived here with the Parke Custises here for many, many years. Ultimately, the Parke Custises died off, and when they died off, they were buried here on the property, therefore making them the very first individuals buried on what would become Arlington National Cemetery. As we go around the circle, as we said a moment ago, as we go around the circle, if you will look to your right, looking off into the distance, you'll see a large tree with two markers buried underneath it and an iron fence that's almost directly to the right. That is the resting place of George Washington Parke Custis and his wife Mary. Continuing on with that, right over there, as you see that, right over there, continuing on to that, in more than 30 years, the Parke Custises lived, the Lees lived here. Then the clouds of war began to gather on the horizon. President Abraham Lincoln came to Robert E. Lee and offered him a position of command of the Union forces for the upcoming Civil War. Robert E. Lee, being a Virginian, turned down the position as he knew that Virginia was about to cede from the Union. And as a result of having done that, then, ladies and gentlemen, he turned down President Lincoln's offer and then promptly went to Richmond to fight on the side of the Confederacy. After that, of course, unfortunately, the federal troops, realizing that the land had been abandoned, quickly came across and occupied this land as it had great strategic value, and were not willing to allow it to fall in the hands of the Confederates. Now, with that having taken place, the war broke out, and many battles were fought within a 100-mile radius. And unfortunately, in war, like in any other war, unfortunately, people die. And the war dead quickly overwhelmed the local cemeteries, which were of the day at that time. Montgomery Meigs, who was the quartermaster of the army, had to find somewhere to bury the war dead. He found that somewhere is here. Specifically, looking over towards your right, it's where they have a large concentration of Union forces, and that is the origins of Arlington National Cemetery. Now, looking directly to the front and slightly to your right, you're going to see the second of two equestrian statues. That is for Major General Philip Kearny. General Kearny, if you notice, the statue has lost his left arm. He lost it in the Mexican War. He ultimately lost his life in the Civil War. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, he's very well known and well respected among both sides of the Civil War conflict, so much so that a truce was declared to bury him after it was found out that he had fallen in battle. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we're now coming around into historic Arlington House, and this is your opportunity to hop off and to see the beautiful view that President Kennedy saw that made him want to stay forever. Also here, you have the opportunity to walk through Arlington House, take a tour or a self-guided tour. There are park rangers to answer questions. The restrooms are